Hey guys, my name is Miska and welcome to HitScan. Overwatch 2 leaks are everywhere at this point, and we're taking a look at some more of that and some Blizzcon things as well. Some things that hit yesterday and other connections and things that have been confirmed since we last spoke. First off, Jason Schreier posted a big article talking about BlizzCon and Blizzard's games and announcements that are coming there, using a new codename for Overwatch 2 actually, saying that it went by Calypso as a codename, and also including a part where he's speaking to Slasher about the source for the ESPN leak. The ESPN article was obviously the big one that kind of finally confirmed Overwatch 2 at BlizzCon to some degree. It showed us that Lucio picture, which was at the end of the day what made everyone make the connection between that previous Tracer picture and the Lucio picture. Those renders being that high quality along with all that information coming from a fairly credible source was just kind of the final nail in the coffin to some degree, at least for most people. But now if there's any doubt left, Jason Schreier, talking to Slasher or Rod Breslau, also informed us that the actual information from the ESPN article came straight from Blizzard, not just because they wrote that document, of course, for BlizzCon, but they actually accidentally emailed this out. Check this out right here. The leak was the result of Blizzard accidentally emailing too many people, Breslau told me. Blizzard sent out some of their most sensitive info on OW2 in a floor plan document sent to staff and non-employee freelancers working the floor at BlizzCon. Shortly after sending and noticing their mess up, they sent a new email without the sensitive info included, saying a typo has been fixed, which is obviously a pretty funny detail, but do check out the floor plan here. So in case you didn't know, ESPN are actually on the floor plan because they will cover some things kind of on site. I imagine broadcast some things and of course be involved in the esports part, as ESPN esports has grown quite a bit the past couple of years or so. And all in all, this means that Blizzard essentially sent this information straight to Slasher, who has already leaked it and of course leaked a bunch of other stuff in the Overwatch scene, especially in esports over the past few years. And that's kind of hilarious. Some people have said that this might have been intentional by Blizzard and all that, and I don't want to get into that stuff because we can only speculate, but either way, with Jason Schreier following up on this, he wouldn't print this on Kotaku unless he was sure of all of this stuff as well, and I'm sure he has seen this document at this point as well. So if there's any doubt left in your mind about Overwatch 2, I hope that that's gone now and that we can instead focus on getting all the details right and listening to Blizzard about what is actually coming up. Because there's still a lot of things that are unclear that I hope that they will clear up. One of those things being this whole echo thing. We talked about how Slasher had a section talking about echo in this previous news piece. It used to read, referenced by the artwork in the document, Blizzard is expected to reveal Echo as Overwatch's 32nd hero. This was adjusted in the article to instead say Blizzard is also expected to announce at least one new hero during the event. And this is of course not based on anything in the document and just on BlizzCon habit here instead. So Slasher went back on that part, and a lot of people have said that there won't be a hero at BlizzCon. However, yesterday we of course had that key art that included Echo. Actually got a pretty high-res quality version of this. I think someone ran it through just software that tries to get rid of all the harsh edges in this, so if some detail is not there, then I'm sorry, but either way you can get a good idea of what Echo would look like here. And this art is straight from Blizzard themselves. In case you were unsure about that, I'll show that on screen as well. This is a link straight to the Blizzard media server for the gear store, and this was scraped by I think Wowhead, so that's also definitely legit, by the way, which is a bit odd since it's kind of conflicting a little bit. My current theory is that there won't be any hero at BlizzCon, but that Echo will be kind of introduced and maybe even announced, but not necessarily playable. Think of it like they did Oasis back in the day, where they showed us some in development pictures of Oasis but said that the map just wasn't really ready yet. It could be the same thing with Echo, where they're like, we're proud to announce that our next hero will be Echo, but they're not ready just yet and will be announced at a later date properly with more details. It would make a lot of sense, and it would line up with what a lot of leakers have said, such as Metro, that there won't be a hero at BlizzCon, at least playable. I want to throw in towards the end here and take this definitely with a pinch of salt, but I believe it was whoever actually leaked the in-game pictures, so the concept of the Tracer abilities and some of the other stuff, the Sojourn picture and the picture of the heroes around that table. The same person that leaked those images apparently yesterday posted that Echo is a support with massive DPS around this time where the key art leaked. I can't really confirm this properly, and also I don't want to really say that that is just fact, but I thought that was interesting as a whole, and I figured I'd include it in this video because it really got me thinking about that whole thing that people talk a lot about in Overwatch, where DPS heroes are really fun to play because you can feel like you have loads of impact all the time, whilst some of the other characters can lack as much control over the match here and there. And it'll be interesting if Overwatch 2, if it's an update, expansion, whatever, I don't want to get into that again, would also address that lack of control from other characters and maybe up the damage of some supports, but overall lower the damage from the DPS. Maybe even pull back on the healing like a lot of people have been talking about as well. So there's less sustain and less the DPS being the #1 role that everybody wants to play. I'm excited regardless, I don't want to speculate any further. The facts are Overwatch 2 will be at Blizzcon, it'll be a PvE thing, we'll find out more on Friday, 7 PM my time, that's Swedish time, so that should be 6 PM UK time. You can find out what that is in your time zone as well by just googling. Say that you're in New York or something, you would google 6 PM UK time in NYC time, and Google should tell you the rest. That's all for now, thank you very much for watching, and hopefully I'll catch some of you guys at BlizzCon. Bye bye.